Salut, mine comrades. Bad storm, lost my power for about a week, but now I'm ready to get back into it, bringing you a bit of Dwarf Tower. This is a really addicting game. I swear to God, the first night I played it, I had to have said at least 20 times, okay, this is going to be the last round. You play as an archmage in a tower dwarven complex, fighting against another archmage in a similar complex. So you have these cards here that you use to build your base, and I'll explain game features as we get into them. For now, I just want to take a look at my position here. I think I'm going to go up and to the side. So your base is made up of these blocks. I dug a tunnel out, and in order to set up rooms underground, you first need to dig the tunnel, and then you need to go in and actually place a room there. Like so. Now, the objective is to destroy the enemy tower. There are certain amounts of anchorage, so if he wipes out this block here with some sort of spell, it'll collapse this one, along with anything that's within the two rooms. This is our archmage. That is what we are aiming for. So, depending on the amount of danger, I'll say, different rooms get different bonuses. So, our dwarvish dwellings, they're dwarvenly, they like to be underground. So we put them underground, and instead of producing one as you saw in these rooms, they'll produce two dwarves, which is one of the resources that you need for certain things. Also, it controls the amount of slots, which dwarven slots are used for placing tools. I'm going to pop on some movers. Crystals are used for generating mana, and this is your archmage house. It's based off of elevation, so this one's a tile above the ground, and this one's 3 tiles above the ground here, and that's how that works. Your archmage is unique in that it can hold any type of room. I might have wanted to put it up there, but oh well. We don't need to move anything, we'll get to that later, and we didn't get any combat abilities. So now we're ready to continue. I've already unlocked a dome, so why not just put that up there? The reflector says that it gets a sort of bonus, so I'll put it up there. If he tries to hit us with lightning, it'll punish him for doing that. We'll use the dynamite immediately, so there's no problem putting it on there. And this guy can hold that. We unfortunately don't have room for firefighters, but I think we already have one. Shouldn't be too difficult. We'll drown him a bit. He doesn't have... He's not building upwards, he's building downwards, so that'll hurt him quite a bit. That causes floods. We can't really see what's going on inside his tower as of yet, so we don't see the effect of that. Horizontal and a 4 block. That's interesting. Then I guess the other bit will go here. We'll try to square fire design, I guess. Crystal gets the most boost there. We're going to start producing a lot of mana. I actually want more libraries. I don't know what anti-eye does. It prevents it from seeing just stuff for that round, I guess. So, but you don't know when he's going to use it, so I don't know how it helps you. I'm gonna take a bit of a risk here and move my person up there. If he knocks this out this turn, then I lose the game immediately. Aside from that, everyone's in the places where they produce the most. We'll activate our anti-eye on the assumption that it does something. And no combat. More sideways blocks. It's very much luck-based, this game, so depending on the cards you get, you might dig more underground and such, but I haven't gotten any more tunnelers, so we're just stuck with our one little room. I guess I'll pop the dwelling right here. Preferably you want those underground, as you said. And, the II game's kinda weird. I don't want to say dumb, but they just use abilities randomly. I've seen them placing dwarves all the way up at the top where they do absolutely no good, and having their libraries in the basement where they do absolutely no good. I don't understand how its logic engines work. We'll get a 3 and sure, you can have that. 3 and a 4. We'll get some more movers out here, repairs just in case. And because we can, excuse me, we'll open up some more library space. Lightning is an automatic spell. It takes one of the highest most blocks in their tower and it zaps them. But as I said, he's building underground or he's getting really shit luck on his placements. I didn't go over it before, but the difference between like 4 blocks, vertical blocks, horizontals only have doors leading vertically. So I can't place a horizontal block right here because this is a vertical block and it doesn't have an opening there. Whereas the 4 blocks allow you to make turns and such. So that's the whole metagame, strategizing like what layout is best for you, where the positioning is going to benefit you the most for your different rooms. Doors prevent fires and the like from spreading, so I'm going to put it on our central column that's holding everything up. Ideally, I'd get like a vertical block and put that right here. I do not see myself using that much library space. I do, however, see myself using that much mana. I think I've used up all my movers. You can swap rooms, so preferably at some point I'll swap this library with one of the crystals. You also want to keep one in your bank so that you can get your Archmage out of tricky situations. Like if he targeted this with some targeting spell and got it down to 1 health, that'd be my cue to get the Archmage out of there. Dynamite and... I misclicked, sorry. Whatever. I actually don't know how we're going to approach this. Normally he builds a sort of tower, and then you dynamite the bottom of his tower out, everything collapses, and you win the game. As I said, but this one's being a little tricky. We're gonna have to utilize water or something. More tunnelers, yay! I'm gonna use the vertical block for more support. It doesn't get us as many points that way, but in my experience, it's better to be safe, and we'll use a tunneler to reveal that. These question marks are random things. Sometimes you'll get a free room. Often you'll just get punished. Reflector in the main. So now that one can't be damaged. Anything that he throws at that, it'll throw right back at him. We can use this repair immediately from the queue, like so. Rats this time. I honestly don't know how rats work. Hit an enemy underground element damaging it, so I guess it's a targeted spell. But you can't really see the effect of it without the stuff being revealed the same way you can see like your dynamite and such. And you don't know whether the guy's repaired his stuff, and you don't know how much damage you're actually doing with that. And you'll target this room, and then you'll see him like scurry across the bottom, so I don't know if it has like a random element to it. If I'm lucky, he's built vertical, square, horizontals, and doing that will knock out his tower entirely. It's a fireball spell. I don't think that has increased fire damage. Fire is very dangerous in this game. It spreads and it's all messy, but if you destroy the block in which you set the fire, it snuffs the fire out. So destroying that block with the fire block eliminated any point of us starting a fire, but it didn't destroy it, it started the fire instead. So that's gonna, barring him putting it out on this turn, it's gonna spread throughout the tower, consuming everything. Really hard to get a fire under control once it's gotten out of control. We want to take a turn, so we'll get another 4 block, some movers because we want to move them, and I guess we'll start just keep building out onto the edge. Yeah, that's not safe. I talked about moving one of my labs inward, but I actually want to get this dwarf underground because we're running low on dwarves. Don't need anything else. And a ray. See if you can't knock that out. Nope. We'll just fix that right up there. I think we're okay. I think if he knocks out this block, the anchorage will rely on this one and this one, so they're safe. You want to build redundancies if you can, and he is not having a good day. I think this is the point at which I've had situations like that where I've been able to, I've lucked out and areas gotten destroyed, and I've just, okay, so what happens is, say, I don't know, a fire starts here and starts spreading all throughout all the upper levels, but this one and this one gets destroyed. The fire consumes the whole rest of my fortress, but I move the mage down here, and I can still technically continue the game. I don't know if the AI is elaborate enough to pull that off, but we'll see. And that's what I was talking about by the game punishing you. I now can't use any of my dwarves. This is bad. I guess we'll dig down since we bothered to take it out. Crystals, they work up in the air, but they also work underground. So, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. No free dwarves. So, that dynamite's gonna go to waste, unfortunately. This is a shitstorm, so we don't need to worry about any of it. Let's have a look at you. A reflector, so I know not to target that. Good. No fires. I think drowning them will put out whatever fires are there, but the rain's going to go into the most bottom, yeah. So we know his fortress is filled up to this amount. I don't know how much underground he's excavated. And he died. Yeah, we did a lot of damage with that rain throughout the game. And I was right, everything was anchored into this. So, that was Dwarf Tower. And I think that's a decently length video. Thank you for joining me, comrades. I hope this was a well enough overview of the game to pique your interest. What I was talking about earlier is you get this nice check mark saying like check to continue, done. And it just segues right into another game. So it's very much one of those like one more turn games where you have to resist the temptation. I am very much interested in this game because he has quite the intriguing design. I guess I'll talk a little less and go through just one more. I'm going to snip this, but I actually want to do some thinking on how we're going to do this. I'm thinking down and around. Do you, and then we want to build up, take a turn, and here we go. Looking good. Yeah, I like this setup, because we can get crystal up there, our 2 dwellings underneath, and the Archmage. Should have put it there, didn't. I'm a moron, but whatever. And let's get our equipment. No attack spells. And we have more. Should have put the movers on him and moved them. Yeah, I honestly don't know which one would be more safe. I'll just leave them be for now, save them for an emergency. It looks like everything's anchored to you. Maybe you. Oh shit. Well, bright side. It hit the most distant part of our tower. I want to be able to utilize that in the future, but I'll get an opportunity to switch things around. Okay, so I can see from this room he just built downward. Frost on their turn. Crap. No. Oh, that is not good. That is our only library as of yet. So I'm actually going to move him into the spire. And we're going to get this crystal out of here because for now it's useless. That room's damaged. I believe that's how that works. Rats. We'll top this thing off before it gets too out of control. Some D-ratsers, I'll show you what they do in a bit. They put up like an anti-rat thing. It essentially gives your underground bits 1 more health point when dealing with rats. Lightning. Okay, so the lightning actually started a fire, which is good for us. Hopefully that'll spread. And I was worried about fire reflecting off of glass and hurting you. It might do that, I'm not sure. I don't think it does. It doesn't seem to. And we finally got another library, thank you. Libraries aren't nearly... I feel like you fill up everything else a lot faster than you fill your libraries up, since a lot of the spells get used immediately, especially if you've been saving them for a while. Having like 1 library on a 6 or 2 on a couple 3s is plenty in my opinion. Huh, where do I want to put this? I guess there. You fucking idiots. Wait, that worked? I thought it was supposed to reflect dynamite. I guess because it was damaged, it was deactivated. That's nice. So, that room's gonna die unless he repairs it like now, and then the fire's gonna spread, but that's gonna fall, that might fall. Okay, I was entirely wrong. He must have had an extinguisher. We'll get him eventually. The fences, I'm not sure what the point of them are, but you build them on, I guess, ground levels. There we go, get some redundancy up in there. Damn it, should have used. If you have a spell that you're immediately going to use, put it on the Archmage and not on your dwarves, because you want that slot. You don't want to be using your Archmage for storing of equipment. That's like, you can do it, but that's for more drastic situations. In my opinion, you're free to play the game however you wish, and they have quite a fair amount of flooding if that knocked that out. But I guess flooding just... rain in general eliminates fire because I would see the flooding in this room. I have access to this room for the whole rest of the game, I believe. More tunnels. But we can only go in one direction, and it is not to the side. So I guess we'll dig down. And as for these two, I'd like to just slap them on the most valuable pieces. Get one right there. One right there. That was a waste. I'm already maxed up on those. Rats. See, that's the kind of shit I'm talking about. Like, I told it to go here, but it attacked there, but then it didn't do anything. I don't understand how those work. Huh. Well, that's a weird place for a dome underneath your tower, but it's the only place I can put it. I'm really finicky, like, most people would be all like, it's okay not to use all your cards, but me, I have them, I might as well use them. It doesn't matter if you get like a really wacky fort. That's part of the fun, in my opinion. Although, this is certainly a bad idea. 2 dynamites will knock out everything. Fuck. And on that note, I'm gonna pussy out. Ah, crap. Retreat. That knocked out, I imagine that knocked out most of the equipment I had saved up, but I wasn't using it anyway, so who cares? Okay. You know what? I bet it didn't ditch the... I could have sworn I had more spells. Earthquake shakes things up. I imagine it's gonna destroy everything over there. And I guess I'll start the fire there. Yep, he's gone. Unless he's like, even if he's like right there, he had to put his Archmage underground in order to survive this. Nope. Couldn't make it, couldn't swing it. So yeah, that was Dwarf Fort. Thank you for joining me. Sayonara, comrades.